The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Rafa, another defeat at the weekend. How are the lads today having come back in?
Fine, training well. So we realise where we are, and then these players, they know that the only way is to keep working, as I said after the game, harder and better.
Have you had to lift them?
Yeah, a little bit, some of them, but especially the main thing is to make them to understand how we were strong and how we were winning games, and which is what we have to do now. So it's just to stick together and keep doing the same thing that we were doing when we were winning, and that's it. The margin is so close, so it's just 1-0. 1-0 up, 1-0 down. You can win against Crystal Palace, or you can lose against Burnley, and then change everything. If you analyse the last games against United, we have half an hour that the team was really good, so it was 1 week before, and obviously you will not do that, but I have to do that against Watford. The first 30 minutes we had 4 chances. So we didn't score, and after we concede, and then we lose a little bit the control at the end when they were winning and they were deep and waiting and playing counter-attack with good players and a good position, obviously. But still, we were doing what we had to do at the beginning, even in the first half, and we are making mistakes. And what I said is that is the Premier League. You make mistakes, you pay for that, and the only way for us is continue working hard. That's it.
Do you think it's possible that they can work harder, or are they giving everything they have?
No, I think that the fans appreciate that these players, this group of players, they really care about the shirt, and they really care about what they are doing. So we cannot forget that the 1st of September we were complaining, and all the fans, they were saying it will be a tough, a difficult season. So we are 14th in the league, so we are in a good position, and still we can win some games, we can lose some games, and could be more difficult. But again, I will say, what is our target? What we want to achieve? To stay in the Premier League. Nobody was saying that will be easy, and especially I was reading another news about the average wages in the Premier League. Who are the top 6 teams? Do you know? Average, yeah, higher wages.
Well, I'd imagine it was the biggest.
The top 6 in the table, they are the top 6 in average wage bill. So what means that? That football now has a lot of connection with the wages, and then you can sign the top players paying big money. Then we are in a position that we don't know what is going on and what will happen in January. So our fans, that is the main thing for me. Our fans, they have to realize that could be even worse. So imagine that we cannot sign anyone. What we will do? Stick together. That's it. So I have confidence that we can do well, and we can be as strong as we were in some games. But sometimes you will win, and sometimes you will lose. And even if you lose, you know that has to be like this, has to be tough during the season, and then you have to be ready for the next game. So your question, I was lifting prayers. Yeah, I was telling them, listen, that is the message. So keep going, keep working hard, because you never know until the end of the season, and we have to be better in the second part of the season. Until the end of the season, we have to do what we have to do. And now, at this point, the target is 20 points in the first part of the league, and hopefully at least 20 in the second.
So do you expect the next couple of months, with everything that is going on, to be tough, to get tougher, as you say, with things that are going on not just on and off the pitches?
Yeah, it will be now, and we have a difficult month. Yeah, we knew before. You were asking me 2 months ago, oh, it will be difficult. Yeah, we get 14 points. So our fans today will say, oh, 14 points 14 in the league, fantastic. So we are in a good position. That means that we are happy? No, still we could be better, but could be worse. Then what we have to be sure is that if it's worse, keep going. If it's better, easy. I don't need to make any speech and tell anyone where we are, what we have, and what we have to do.
Is that what worried you when you were picking up the wins at the start of the season and everything looked rosy? Were you always worried that a time like this might come around and supporters' expectations have increased?
I think the majority of the fans, they know what happened and they know the reality. After, when you are in the middle of a game, you want to win and then you say, oh, why this or why that? But the reality is that we have a good team, we have some injuries and our squad is not as big as other squads, so then we have to cope with that. And I think that still we are doing well. It could be better, yes, 100%. But if you have 4 chances in the first minute and you don't score, and after you concede, it's quite difficult for any team to change and to do things in a different way when you have difficult games against difficult teams with very good players in front of you. So then it's just be sure that we understand, and our reality is we are a team that has to stick together like we did in a lot of games.
And just finally, is the last 4 results, the last 4 performances, and I suppose your lack of options at times when you've got a couple of injuries, does that show just how much investment is required in the club here?
Yeah, I said we have what we have, and they are doing a great job, but still you have injuries, you have more problems. But I don't agree with the performances, and the results are different, because the first half an hour against Manchester United, if you score the second goal, I would like to see what happened. Or if they don't score at the end of the first half, I would like to see what happened in the second half. And the other day, exactly the same. Watford is a good team, they are doing really well, but we have 4 chances. So when I say 4 chances, 1 half chance, but we were there. So at 12:30, still we have one of Dwight Gale, and in the counter-attack, they had a chance. At this point, they didn't have anyone, and it's a good team, and they did a good game, and they had some good players with pace, but we did well. People, they were asking me at the end of the game about Jedlin. Jedlin did a great game. No, because he suffered. No, he was against 2 players with pace and with ability and quality going forward all the time, and he was doing a great job. And then we have to help him. So it's not just one player that if he has to deal with a couple of players that they are doing well, he was doing what he has to do, and then we need more help for him. But has been the same for everyone. So we are not a team that one player will make the difference. We are a team that has to win games as a team, all together. And then the fans, I think that they know, and they are very clear when we play at home. They know. The other day they were a little bit upset because obviously we were losing, but when we go away, the fans, they realize that we need the support of our fans. And even with that, we can do really well, and we can lose games. You could see yesterday Huddersfield against Manchester City. They stick together, working very hard, but Manchester has 80% of possession, and they were better than them, and they won. That's it. So it's just be sure that until the end of the season, we know that will be tough, will be difficult, and we have to stick together. That's it. Thank you.
So Rafa, taking all that into account, is it fair to say that in summary you're not overly concerned by these 4 defeats in a row?
I am not happy with that, obviously, but especially because 1-0, both 2 games that we lost 1-0 could be better for us. So to think about against Manchester United or this game that we conceded, and after we conceded the 2 more goals and then we lost 3-0, it's something that can happen. But 1-0 against Bournemouth at the end, or 1-0 against Burnley that we could draw or we could win, because against Bournemouth we had half an hour that we were on top of them all the time. So that is the reality. Our reality is that if you want to sign a striker that will score 20 goals every year, you have to pay now 40 million. An average striker is 15, 20, 25 million. I say if he kicks the ball forward, it's 15 million. If he scores, it's 25. Then we didn't do that. So we didn't do that. That's it. It's what we need to know, that we are where we are because we did what we did. And now, can we improve? Yes, if we stick together. Can be worse? Yes, if we start questioning everything, then the reality is the reality.
And you still have confidence in this group that you were talking about, the primary target is to stay up. You still have the confidence that Newcastle will do that? Yeah,
for sure. I say that we will be better in the second part of the league. Then if you win some games in the meantime, it will be easier for me, the job. But if not, I have to carry on telling the players what we are doing well, or we were doing well, and we have to do again in the same way. And still, I say, still doing a great game. You can lose against the top sides, against any team. Then we have to compete against Huddersfield or against Brighton or against Burnley, but we couldn't sign players that they signed it. We couldn't pay the wages that they paid. So it's what we have. And because we have that, and I can tell you a couple of players in each team that maybe we could sign and we couldn't, because we couldn't pay the wages or we couldn't pay the transfer fee or whatever. Then for our fans, it's a message for our fans. So stick together. Stick together. Don't make the mistake that think that, oh, this player or the other one, because you see what we have and they are giving everything. So this group of players, they can manage if we stay calm and we continue in the same way. But each one has to make their own decision. But again, I would say our fans, they know where we are and why we are here.
Looking ahead to West Brom, Gary Megson in temporary charge, an excellent point against Tottenham on Saturday for him and the team. Yeah, obviously we watched the game and then they did well. They know what they have to do, work hard, like us. So it's very simple, and then they have a team also with some good players with experience, and then have some quality. So again, see the signings, and it will be tough for us, like every game in the Premier League. Is the timing of the game particularly frustrating? You often get a short-term improvement when you change a manager, and obviously we've seen that happen with West Brom against Tottenham. Yeah, you never know. I think it's for us it's too soon. For them, maybe the same as you say. They are talking about if new manager or not, but you never know. In football, you have to be lucky or unlucky and change everything. And after the game, we can decide if it was good or bad for a team, but at the moment before, you never know. And in terms of this run of form, is it the case perhaps that even a draw would be good enough tomorrow just to stop the run of the... No, a draw was good before. What I say to my players that we need to know how to draw games that you are 0-0, and then just be sure that you don't concede a late goal and then change everything, because we are so close. So in our position now, and you see 2 or 3 teams below, 2 or 3 teams ahead of us, so we are very close, and then every point can make a big difference. That's great. Yes.
Rafa, I mean, when you are on a losing run, do you think that's when mistakes come in, because perhaps confidence isn't quite what it was a few games ago? Yeah, normally when you are low confidence, when you are making the mistakes before, is when you have to do things more simple. It's where I'm telling my players, listen, so we have a lot of things that we have done well, and then try to do the same. If you make a mistake, be sure that the next pass, the next ball is a simple one. Don't try the most difficult pass or the most difficult thing, because normally you will make another mistake and you will lose more confidence. So I think it's important to stay calm and do the simple things again. You're quite bold in the first half against Manchester United. Is there a temptation, given the way results have gone, to be a bit more defence-minded at the Hawthorns? No, I think we have more or less the same idea. We were attacking against United because an offensive team that they play at home, they leave spaces and then you can use these spaces. But against Watford, we knew from the beginning that we have to attack, and they will be waiting and playing counter-attack, and this is what will happen. Normally it has to be like this. So you wait, and then you try to be solid in defence and use the space if you can. Play counter-attack, and the other teams, I think they will do the same. So it's not for us that we will change our approach. We will do more or less the same things, more or less. We will change something for sure, but trying to be in the game. So when we concede these 2 games, we were losing the organisation of the team. We have to stick with that. Is it a frustration that in quite a short time the transfer window will open again, and presumably it's really quite uncertain how much money there may be to spend, because we don't know who's going to be in charge of the club? Is that a frustration? No, it's not a frustration, it's a reality. I am telling our fans again, listen, don't start thinking, oh, we have to do this, we need this. You don't know what is going on. So we have to support our team. We have to support our players, even if they score 1 goal, 3 goals every game, or if they score an own goal, or they make the worst mistake in football history. We have to support our players, because it could be worse. So stick together. What are you saying to somebody like Joselu, who's had some good chances? Are you saying keep getting in the right positions, the ball will eventually go in? Yeah, I think he's doing a lot of things right.
And people think, oh, a striker has to score goals. Yeah, but not too many strikers score too many goals in the bottom of the table. So he's doing a great job for the team, and thanks to him, thanks to the work of the people up front, the defenders, they were more comfortable, of the keeper. As soon as we are a little bit more open and we don't have this control in the middle, we are more exposed, and then we suffer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any team news before we go? Any other injuries?
The same ones that we had before the game. So Merino obviously is available now, and Lascelles, Dumet and Atsu still not ready.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, Simon.